Alafia, and welcome to the weekly Ifascope. Just one more iteration for this week. And this week, by the way, is a very, very difficult week. You can't sugarcoat it, you can't make it go away. You can deal with it so that you get the most out of it and it doesn't do any kind of destructive harm. For those of you not familiar with the weekly Ifascope, it is a look at those events of the upcoming week which are going to influence our daily lives. Now, these events will be different for everybody. For some, it will be job-related. For others, it will be children-related, etc. We can't do anything about that. We can on an individual reading basis when we're examining one person, but when we do it for the world at large, and I've been doing this for 35 to 40 years and offering it at no cost to the public, then the best you can do is to say, here is the way that you need to handle these events. Even though they'll be different, you need to handle them in the same kind of a fashion that the universe has observed works over thousands of years of similar and exact events that you're facing others. The decision is yours, but I would strongly suggest that you bet on Harumila and the universe and not on your individual knee-jerk responses to these events. At any rate, this week the energy is O'Shea on the everyday side and Iwari. That looks fairly innocuous, all right? The O'Shea is about curiosity, exploration, movement, and then you go over and you must spend greater than normal time. It's the old tailor's admonition about measure twice, cut once. You want to mull over these things. You want to think about their meaning, etc., before acting upon them. Okay, but how does that resolve itself? Well, it comes off path like this. Not just like this, not like this, but like this. And we have to push it down here to once again get on path. It surprised me when I did the reading because, frankly, this does not happen very often. You don't see this very often. But it indicates that most of you out there, or the vast majority of you, are operating at some kind of an emotional or exacerbated level. And that level is going to cause you to behave not with curiosity, exploration, but with a definitive agenda, and not to consider and be sure about what's happening emotionally, spiritually, but to knee-jerk react. It's the only way to explain this, because the energy comes, as I said, off path, and the indication is Osa Meiji. Now, before you get all scattered and upset by this, Osa, or the sign of Oya, is one of my favorite energies. But it is suggesting that sudden change is going to take place, whether we like it or not. And in this case, it's a negative change, and it has to do with health, with a Gunda Meiji, which is very, very strong and deliberate. And the only good news here, by the way, is that if you did nothing about it, which I think would be the bad choice, because you can negate all of this. If you did nothing about it, the fact that they are Meijis would indicate that it isn't a physical problem, it isn't an emotional problem, it's an overall problem that has you stymied, that is going to you know, churn you up inside, and that churning up can result in your physical, ill-being. So, what can I say? I mean, it's, that's why we do divination. Some of the time it's great. Most of the time, it's just what it is, and we work it out. But once in a while, it's very negative, like this week, and that's the time we have to act. Luckily, our salvation, or our, um, solution to all this, to take this and to push it down, is our ancestors. And that indicates to me that probably the vast majority of you have not been doing your ancestor worship in any meaningful way. You need to go to your ancestors. You need to say each name 3 times. You need to ask for their guidance, their help in straightening out this week for you, in allowing you to avoid ill health and to have sudden positive, not negative change. And when you're done with that, with giving them your love, giving them your thanks, because remember, we are here standing on their shoulders, and this is one of those times where I think they're saying, hey, remember us. Don't, be so self-absorbed. Don't be so worried about your particular problems, but see things in a larger and broader scope. They'll help you to do that, and they will make things better. And for that, you do 1 candle, a tea candle, and then you take oil. It could be olive oil, it could be palm oil, it could be any kind of cooking oil or oil, and you place it in front of them. Because that oil is going to soothe everything down. It's going to calm everything down. And so you're going to see the situation get better like this and not like this. Got it? I hope so. Have a wonderful weekend. Until next time, love and blessings.